welcome to the last week of class. I'm here to help you review for test 2. As you are probably already familiar, the effects of colonialism were widespread and a general negative to indigenous people, causing things like erosion, lack of access to good food and healthcare, making the indigenous people reliant on others for food, cancer, hypertension, diabetes, lack of wealth and power to change their political situations, and higher rates of alcoholism and suicide than the citizens around them, especially in the United States case. Also, you begin to see the natives having to fight back specifically with diabetes, where the Tohono O'odham tried to reduce it by coming back to natural foods, and also the issues with the Piman and how they have more rates of diabetes on the United States side of the border of their reservation. You also see colonial powers going against their religions and labeling it witchcraft so that they can save their souls and control the native population as well, to try and keep everything as they wanted it whenever they were taking over. And you also see legal troubles because of this, such as with the Taos Pueblo and how they had their leaders arrested for practicing their native religion. Because of this, you see certain ways that the governments then try to help the indigenous people, such as with tourism that helps promote environmentally friendly development, which unfortunately has a detriment because then it goes with special interest groups and actually exploits the territory the indigenous are on, as well as the development plan in general of the United States during the Cold War. Not all of the attempts were necessarily bad, though. There was the formation of Nunavut in Canada, which gave the indigenous of Canada their own political boundaries and land. There was the World Council ensuring that there were all kinds of justice being given to the indigenous people. There was the WCIP deciding that only the indigenous can define indigenous. There was Alcatraz, San Francisco, by the civil rights and termination policies, which ended up having Nixon remove the termination policy. And we also have the Arctic Council to promote the protection and development of indigenous individuals, as well as even the Amazon Defense Coalition, which fought against the loss of territory, the contamination of land, and the detriments to health because of oil exploitation. It also is worth noting that though the indigenous may not have had experience with computer programming, they had their own things that the colonists should have recognized as markers of culture, such as having their own practices, their own language, and even a common ancestry that they tie to the lands they were on at that moment. Well, I hope this quick brush up of a review has helped you remember a few things that will be key to doing your test. I hope all of you have a great rest of the semester and also possibly become anthropologists.